Welcome back to Bnai Zion Corner. Last week on the show, we had the privilege of having Rebecca Harari, Senior Vice President of Bnai Zion. She spoke about all the upcoming events Bnai Zion is lining up, not just for the summer, but throughout the rest of 2018 and early 2019. There are quite a lot of exciting things happening. Tonight, very excited to have Miri Frankel Miller on our broadcast. Miri grew up in the Bnai Zion world with very devoted and dedicated parents to the organization. Welcome to the program, Miri. Thank you for joining us. Please tell the listeners about your background with Bnai Zion, about some of your past experiences growing up with such devoted Bnai Zion parents.
First of all, thanks so much for having me on the broadcast, Zev. This is great. I was born into Bnai Zion. I have two wonderful parents, Michelle and Ari Frankel, who were involved in Bnai Zion since the 1970s.
Wow.
They and all of their friends, they formed a tight circle of passionate Zionists who really cared about the infrastructure and future of Israel. And all of the children of their friends and my siblings and I, we grew up together in the Bnai Zion world, and I'm still friendly with many of them all these years later. It's like a family in that most of them are even known to me as aunt and uncle, and my husband is often confused about whether people are actually relatives or my Bnai Zion family.
Wow, sounds like you have a fantastic family, both with your parents and, of course, with the Bnai Zion addition to it. Sounds special to me. Can you tell us about some of the more specific experiences that were important to you growing up in the Bnai Zion world?
Sure. I have so many great memories with Bnai Zion from growing up, and some of my favorites are attending the Israel Day Parade every year. And I especially loved as a child when we got to ride on the Bnai Zion float and wave to everyone from the street, to everyone who was on the street celebrating. It was great. I also have amazing memories of spending summers together with all the Bnai Zion families at Kutcher's Resort in the Catskills. I really remember it as a kid, and to me it was like summer camp for Zionists. I had no idea actually what the purpose of the meetings were until I asked my parents, and they said that the summer weeks at Kutcher's were Bnai Zion's annual convention to formally elect new board members and officers. But it was a great time for all the kids in the Bnai Zion family to be together and forge a bond too. And my parents and their Bnai Zion chapters also held monthly meetings and fundraising parties and barbecues and other events, and all of the kids got together at those events as well.
So, Mary, let me ask you this question. You know, we Jews are blessed with many different Jewish organizations, many different Zionist organizations that are out there. Why do you think your parents were so devoted to Bnai Zion? What set that apart from other groups that existed out there?
Well, my dad is an Israeli. My mom is American, but a Zionist, and had spent some time living in Israel. They met there. So when they decided to come back to New York and settle in the 1970s here and raise a family here, it was important for them to maintain a strong bond with Israel and support an organization that supports Israel. My father had actually initially joined another organization, an Israeli group that was renting space in Bnai Zion's old headquarters on East 39th Street. And while he was there, he met Mel Parness and Harris J. Levine and Herman Quitman, who were three amazing supporters and leaders in Bnai Zion. And the friendships that he forged with them led him and my mom to join Bnai Zion. Now, of course, they also recognized the importance of building a more inclusive, healthy, and vibrant Israel through the funding of capital projects, which is Bnai Zion's mission. And they've done some phenomenal projects like the Bnai Zion Hospital, the Ahava Children's Center for Traumatized Youth, Ma'ale Adumim Cultural Center for Holocaust survivors, and so many other amazing projects. So my parents are proud of their history with Bnai Zion, and I'm really proud of my parents.
I'm sure you are. So that brings me to my next question, Miri. Please tell our listeners, now we spoke about the past, but where do you see yourself going forward with Bnai Zion?
Well, I understand the future of Bnai Zion and Israel in general rests with the next generation of Zionists, philanthropists, and activists. So I've already become actively involved in Bnai Zion now. I feel it's a special bond that I have with my parents now, and it's almost like a role that I've inherited, because when my father first joined Bnai Zion, his first task was to organize a Young Supporters Division to become the next generation of Bnai Zion members. And he and my mom, along with Mel and Arlene Parness and Susan Samuel, who to me are Aunt Arlene, Aunt Susie, Uncle Mel, among others, wrote a newsletter called The Outlet, which was branded as a new generation of young adults in Bnai Zion. And so because Bnai Zion has been so special to me as a child, I want to be part of it now. And now that I'm an adult, I can actively contribute to its success and be an active supporter. So I know we're helping hundreds of thousands of people in Israel, and I hope that listeners recognize that the future of Bnai Zion should be important to anyone who cares about the future of Israel.
Absolutely. What you're saying is very inspiring. I'm sure a lot of people out there, a lot of potential young leadership Zionists listening to our broadcast right now, and they may want to get involved. Do you have any events coming up that you'd like to share with our audience?
Yes, we do. I would love it if everyone circles their calendars for our upcoming game day event on July 8th at Citi Field. We have a suite that we've reserved for the Mets versus Rays game on Sunday, July 8th at 12:30, and everyone could come to the suite, network with fellow Bnai Zion supporters, enjoy a kosher lunch, and we even have the privilege of heading down to the home plate on the field before the game to award some of our fabulous supporters for being so inspiring to Bnai Zion. And in case anyone's wondering, by the way, you don't have to be a Mets fan to attend. Please come and show your support of Bnai Zion and just have a fun ballpark afternoon with us. You'll get no judgment from me. I am a Mets fan. For being a fan of another team. I will be happy to give you a smile and a thank you for supporting us.
Terrific.
If you would like to buy a ticket, I should mention, please take a look at our website. It's www.bnaizion.org/events to sign up for the event.
So, wow. So if you're organizing the event at Citi Field for Sunday, July 8th to see a Mets game, that's fantastic. Kol hakavod to you and for working to bring the next generation to Bnai Zion fold. You want to get them to play ball with the group.
Thank you so much, Zev. I'd actually also like to give our phone number out as well in case any listeners would like to call in and volunteer or they have any general questions. So anyone who has questions, please call 646-485-7999 and ask for Rebecca Harari. That's 646-485-7999. Rebecca would be happy to connect with you and talk to you about Bnai Zion and how you can volunteer. I've met Rebecca from even before she started working at Bnai Zion. She's phenomenal and will definitely help find a place for anyone who's interested in supporting us.
She's terrific. So thank you for being on our show, Miri Frankel Miller. I'm sure your parents, Ari and Michelle Frankel, are very, very proud of you for carrying on the torch to the next generation of supporters and carrying on the tradition. Next week on the broadcast, we're going to have on Alan Schwartz. He's a Bnai Zion Foundation board member who is exceptionally passionate about one of the many projects that Bnai Zion has built and supported, the Ahava Children's Village for Traumatized Youth in Israel. And we'll be speaking in depth about Ahava, and we're very excited to hear about what he has to say. That's 1 week from tonight. In the meantime, if any of you have any questions, want to know more about Bnai Zion, please go to bnaizion.org, or as you heard Miri say, call Rebecca Harari at 646-485-7999 for more information. Rebecca, that's her number again, 646-485-7999. Miri, thank you for being with us.
Thank you so much for having me, Zev.
And we're going to be right back. Don't go away. Stay tuned.